If I'd known Jackson was going to show his guns off, I should have put my half sleeve on, I guess. No. Man, happy to be 3-0. Tied the school record for consecutive sellouts, and we played 13 true redshirt freshmen today, and I just thought I think South Alabama's a solid football team. We've got a lot we can obviously improve on, but the goal of today was to be 3-0 out of the 1-0 today and 3-0 headed into conference play, and our team achieved that. So we're going to celebrate that and hopefully get some folks healthy and some rest this weekend and get ready to open conference play.
Coach, overall, from an offensive standpoint, I know the second half was a little bit of a struggle, but the balance was there. There are a lot of times during the game where the passing yardage and rushing yardage was almost identical. Talk about how you might be pleased with that as far as getting the balance you achieved today.
I think I'm real pleased. We had 8 possessions. That was it. And we had scoring drives on 12 play, a 14 play, and a 16 play scoring drives. So and we scored 5 of our first 6 drives, and we only had 8 for the whole game, and one of those is victory. So it was some things we could improve on. I was probably a bit conservative, up 2 scores and trying to use some clock, and but I thought there was a lot of good things that happened offensively, particularly early on in the game.
For Hugh and Jackson both, the offensive line group had 2 new tackles, but was today as cohesive as you felt like those guys were? Just talk about their performance today.
Jackson.
Yeah. I thought they played their butts off again. Fantastic in the running game and fantastic in the passing game. They picked up, they were hitting us up a good amount, and they picked up blitzes phenomenally. Says we got sacked 1 time, so they did a phenomenal job today. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, I agree. I thought all the different looks you got from that crew, and thought they handled it well, particularly in the run game. And the first few drives, I thought the pocket was clean too, for him to be able to go through his progressions and throw good balls. So I thought the O-line played solid.
Coach, last week you said that you had a goal to be balanced in that game. You guys achieved that. In week 1, it was heavy in favor of the run. What did you learn about your football team today, and what do you hope to fix headed into Oklahoma?
I think we're still learning about us. We've got things you look at and try to improve. I did, like I said early on in the game, I thought we could throw or run. And protect and go through progressions and give our receivers a chance to win routes. And obviously we felt like we could run the ball too. So I hadn't seen the stats. We have to be close I think we've got to be fairly balanced. But yeah, I think we've got to just continue to work on protection, route understanding, and Jackson makes sure he knows what the coverage is when certain routes are called, and we'll continue to work on that next week. Defensively, we've got a lot to work on from this game. I do think South Alabama presents a challenge offensively with all their 12 personnel movements and pitchers, and got a really good running back too, and I thought they played extremely hard. We've got to get off the field more on third long, and they did a good job of running the ball on 3rd and long to get them in 4th and manageable, and we'll look at all of that. And we didn't fit the counter very well today, but it's good that you can say all that and know they did get 2 turnovers while we offensively took care of the ball, and so we're +2 in the turnover margin thanks to them. I thought Jared had came in and gave us a spark, true freshman, and but again, a lot to work on both sides.
Jeremiah, another huge game for him on the ground. Just his ability to step in and be that between the tackles back for a guy that's kind of been more of a speed guy for his first 2 seasons. Just how big has that been, especially with Damari being down and Darrell as well? Yeah,
it's big, and I think my prediction back in summer and spring meetings and everything that he would have a breakout year, I think, is becoming true, and it's 2 consecutive 100-yard games in a row. And I thought they were tough runs today too, a lot of them. And number one, he took care of the ball very, very well. I thought it was, I never saw it really loose on him, and that's something we've worked on with him a lot. Give Coach Nix and Coach Spurlock a lot of credit for that. And, it's good to see him have that success, and it's much needed. Hopefully we can get healthier. We had several kids out today. Some probably could have played, like Malcolm or Rayshawn, but or Champ, but it was probably best that they not. And now we had a few more get dinged up today, so we got to try to get healthy pretty quick.
Jackson, it's either you or Jeremiah that's been running it in to score a touchdown. What's it like having somebody like that you can rely on?
Yeah, it's awesome. I trust Jeremiah, and that goes for every one of our backs too. I thought Omar played a great game today, was very physical, and the same thing with DA too. But, having a guy like Cobb that I know can run and, get a dirty 5 yards just gives me peace of mind, knowing in the RPO game if there's any indecision at all, if I hand that ball off, I know we're going to go get 4 or 5 yards.
I believe you refer to the defense as sleepwalking, coming off the field at halftime, and they come out and give up that 11-play, 75-yard drive. What do you think was happening on that side of the ball?
Well, give credit again to South Alabama, but we certainly we've got to fit the run better. But they do have some, they had some things that you worried about, and they're going to score some points this year for sure, and really good running back and good quarterback. So. But there's no question we could play better than we did today, and I don't think anyone can argue that. And that the standard is that we should do that each time out, and not sure that anyone would say that was the standard to which we have to play to win games next week and the following weeks.
I know you kind of mentioned you had some guys that probably could have gone today, but we saw Amaris exit and then Jay kind of limp off the field. Do you have any update as to what's going on with those guys?
Amaris separated his shoulder. It went right back in, so we'll have to see how sore and swollen that is. Jay had a knee-to-knee deal, and not sure exactly the extent of that. And then Eric Singleton had a hip pointer right at some point in the game too. So. We've got some work to do in the training room the next few days to hopefully get everybody healthy.
You mentioned you had a number of true freshmen playing tonight, especially specifically on the defensive side of the ball, Anquan Fagans, and you mentioned Jared Smith. Can you just talk about the development and growth you've seen from these young guys since they got on campus?
It's good to get them in January. That certainly helps. And, man, their development is just now beginning, really, to see them go out. And because this is where the real learning happens. I mean, you can teach all you want about a block of this type or a pass rush of this type, but it gets real when they have to do it and adjust to different sets and think on their feet. And there was a lot going on, obviously, with those young kids out there. And good to see them have success. But there are also times that we were lined up a little wrong, and, and those will sting you at times. But no question, all of those young kids that were playing, the 13 guys that we played today, we believe have bright futures.
Similar to that, but those guys kind of came in the fourth quarter when South Alabama could have made it a one-possession game. Just how big was it for them to get that experience in kind of a crucial moment of the game? Yeah,
that's kind of what I was referring to. Is it just there's no better teaching than that experience, and it wasn't like it was the game was over. I mean, those were critical drives there at the end, and you see a bunch of freshmen out there, Winters, Fagans, Jared, Darian. I don't know if Autry was out there then too, or I don't know. There was a lot of young guys out there for sure. Would be at nickel. So, and the linebackers were. I know Melendez was out there a lot, and so was Diaz. So, I just rhymed off a bunch of true freshmen that were on the field in critical drives. So that experience is nothing that can replace that.
Go for Jason to finish. Jackson, I know Eric had to leave early, but you were at one point was 6 of 6 throwing to him and moving the chains. Had some big catches for you. Just how reliable has he been? These first few weeks, just being a guy that can kind of get open and stay open.
Yeah, he's been great. We had I think that first drive was huge for us. We ran our mesh concept, and he got open, just find space, and he's a knack of getting open. And remember another time he ran a little stick route, attacked that Tampa middle safety, and spun him around after the ball. I remember smiling during that play and throwing the ball to him. But he has a knack of getting open. It's been good. That's a guy that I can trust on normal downs and third downs too, to go and run his route the correct way and find space.
This is for both y'all. Just think about your team for the last 3 years. You've just had a different one each time, and they've been growing in some sort of way. You've been finding consistency with this team. Now 3-0. You're going into Oklahoma. You're going back home. How are you going to find that consistency, and how are you going to shut out the noise that's on the outside?
The noise won't bother me at all. You can ask, Jackson can respond to that. I'm not on much anymore. I don't even know what happens very much. So there won't be any noise that bothers me. What would bother me is what I see on tape that we got to go get prepared for to play a road game in this league, which is always difficult against a really good football team. And that's my total focus, and finding a plan that gives him a chance and our offense and our defense a chance to have success in that environment against that team. So that's easy for me. Probably harder for Jackson. Obviously, there's a lot of emotions and stuff, but he's mature, and he knows what it takes to win football games, and him being emotional about whatever happened in the past is not going to help us, and he knows that, and he'll handle it well, I think.
Yeah, I'm not on social media either, so there's no noise for me. Just worried about going to practice every day and being the best version of myself, and off the field and watching tape, watching OU, just locking in and doing my job throughout the week. It's nothing more than that. It's a job for us. I'm gonna go in every day and attack it. Make every day my best day.
Jason, just talk about Alex and just continue to kind of step out and make kicks, and then Connor, the job he's done on kickoffs now.
Man, Connor's kickoffs they're 4.0 hang time, and really nice to see him step in when he got his chance, and to see Alex, that young man has gone through it, and to see him sacrifice for the love of Auburn and his football team and play under the conditions he's going through is pretty remarkable. And he's having, again, a lot. I don't think has he missed one this year? I don't believe he has. And it looks like to me he's getting a little more distance and strength back. So how far was that when he kicked today? 34. Yeah, so I think each week that goes, as long as he's able to eat and keep that food down, I think he's going to get better and better.